This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, despite several days of heavy rain, the declaration of drought still stands in Southland. The annual Outram Rodeo gets underway with nearly 40 demonstrators protesting about animal welfare. And we meet one of Queenstown's oldest fitness trainers. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Drought conditions remain in Southland and parts of Otago despite heavy rainfall in affected areas. Sharon Rees reports.
Heavy rainfall started just one day after a drought was declared in Southland and has been falling on and off over the past week. But NIWA says drought conditions remain for the region. The drought index used by NIWA classifies a drought using a combination of rainfall, evapotranspiration and soil moisture data over a couple of months. And NIWA climate scientist Andrew Tate said in an email today, this means that it takes a while for drought to show up on the New Zealand Drought Index map, and equally it takes a while for drought conditions to ease away. Environment Southland Director of Science Graham Sevick-Jones said an adverse event was also declared on the basis of the people affected by it, and that farmers will feel those effects for some time. The Ministry of Primary Industries will continue to work with local stakeholders to determine the severity of the conditions and update the situation. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
A police search for more evidence in the murder of a Dunedin teenager has continued in a waterway near Blackhead Quarry. The police investigation into the murder of a 16-year-old Corstorphine resident Amber Rose Rush took a team of investigators to a body of water near Blackhead Quarry. A Fire and Emergency New Zealand crew helped pump water from the area while the search was carried out. The car park was closed to the public while the search was being conducted. Detective Senior Sergeant Rob Hannis says police are keen to hear from anyone who may have been in the Blackhead Quarry or beach area between 11:30 p.m. on Friday and 12:30 a.m. on Saturday, especially if they saw the occupants of a black Toyota Camry. Animal welfare groups were back in action at Outram on Waitangi Day. About 40 demonstrators with the Animal Justice League made their appearance to protest the annual rodeo event near Dunedin.
It's the Animal Justice League's second protest of the year and their first time in Outram. The group today hosted an anti-rodeo demonstration following similar demonstrations in other locations this rodeo season. Protests have been held across the country, including Taupo, Canterbury and Whangarei. Today's action follows the death of a bull last Saturday at Pukamanu Bull Ride in Martinborough. Spectators say the animal broke his leg during the bull ride event. He then lay on the ground salivating and bellowing before dragging himself out of the ring where he was euthanised. Bull ride events involve compelling the animals to buck with a tight flank strap, also known as a kicker, tied around their bodies. The Animal Justice League wants to see a nationwide ban on rodeos. Team member Leighton Thompson says the mistreatment of animals at rodeos often happens behind closed doors.
It's definitely abuse. From everything from the flank straps where they're purposefully making the bulls buck to how they intimidate them by shocking the animals and so on and so forth. There has been multiple videos recently released of the animals being kicked and punched in the back to agitate them, and it's obvious they have to be agitated to act how they do.
But Dave Marshall says Outram Rodeo organisers have nothing to hide.
We have a very strict animal welfare code that has to be adhered to run an event. So we have animal welfare officers, we have vets, we have people overseeing this code.
He disputes the use of materials including electric prods at the events.
But we don't allow that type of intimidation to the animals. I would very much doubt that actually happened.
Marshall says last week's incident at Martinborough was a freak accident, and if there is any evidence of mispractice, there will be prosecution from the Ministry of Primary Industries and the New Zealand Rodeo Cowboys Association. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
As well as being St Valentine's Day, Wednesday, February the 14th is also International CHD Day. CHD, or congenital heart disease, affects 12 babies a week in New Zealand and is one of the #1 causes of death in newborns and infants in the country. Heart Kids New Zealand is encouraging people to wear red on February the 14th to show support for families affected by congenital heart disease. More than 550 major heart surgeries are performed on babies and children every year at Auckland Hospital, and some babies are just days old. Heart Kids is a not-for-profit organisation that provides support services to kids, teens and adults living with a childhood heart condition and their families. By the age of 50, most professional fitness trainers have hung up their gym gear for good, but not 63-year-old Dennis Kroll of Queenstown, who just might be one of the oldest in the country still in business. Mina Amso reports.
Queenstown resident Dennis Kroll is a fitness pro and at 63 continues to work as a fitness trainer, and he claims to be the oldest in the business in Queenstown. And who's to say he's not the oldest in the country?
The oldest trainer in Queenstown? Yeah, I think I am. Possibly even New Zealand. I had a look at some of the stats around New Zealand. I couldn't find anybody over about 40 or 50 training.
Kroll arrived back to Queenstown last year for good after travelling the world on cruise ships as a personal trainer.
It's a lifestyle. It's something which I love. And it's something which it's my passion. I try and help as many people as possible.
He says any exercise is good exercise. However, repetitive workouts may not be as effective.
The trouble is when you just do that, after about the third or fourth time doing that, the body says, oh, I've done this before, I'll go to sleep while you walk the dog, because your body gets used to it. So you have to do continual different types of exercise, like the body weight, even push-ups or squats. It's very easy to do, even 20 minutes a day.
Kroll comes to this gym about 3 times a week, and what he does is an interval training which includes a mix of weights: free weight, body weight and fixed weight. He says today's New Zealand health statistics around smoking and heart disease are alarming and frighten the heck out of him.
4 or 5 people today in New Zealand will have a heart attack. 4 of them will die. Every 90 minutes someone dies of heart disease in New Zealand. So that's horrible.
Kroll says he'd continue with his job for as long as he could and has no thoughts of retiring anytime soon. Mina Amso, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, an extremely volatile session on Wall Street causes the New Zealand share market to drop 2%, and Invercargill gears up for its biggest event of the year, the Burt Munro Challenge.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. Once again, we've opened up a pop-up store in George Street, right beside McDonald's. We've got up to 70% savings on normal retail. There's some great buys. We have socks right through to suits, everything in between. We'll see you there. The Alex Campbell Menswear pop-up. Don't miss it.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
While you're relaxing this holiday season, Ready Lawn is available to help you with your lawn needs, big or small. We work so you don't have to. Call Ready Lawn today.
Gillian's Care. They care for loved ones, families, friends and our community. At a time of bereavement, care and support makes all the difference, and Gillian's know this. They're here for you when you need it most. From advanced funeral planning to a service for your loved one, Gillian's will guide and assist you with your individual choices. Their legendary attention to detail and passion to get it right are second to none. Gillian's, caring for families in our communities since 1962.
For 3 generations, the Kilpatrick family have ensured Jimmy's pies are still world famous in the South Island. Made to an old family recipe, Jimmy's pies have been one of New Zealand's traditional takeaway foods, prepared daily on the premises alongside a range of savouries, sausage rolls and cakes. Jimmy's pies are distributed throughout the lower South Island. Jimmy's pies are sure to satisfy your travelling munchies.
Free heart transmission. Please open your heart.
She is flowing freely. She is nourishing. She is loving.
Call Sunny Chin for peace in your heart.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
The Terminus Apartments, where heritage meets modern sophistication and where the past is Dunedin's future. These 1 or 2 bedroom apartments are fitted with modern amenities, room to move and spectacular harbour and city views. Contact us now to have your piece of luxury.
Thinking of services for older people? Think Enliven. Enliven is a service philosophy where people come first. Enliven is about choice, activity, relationships, respect and security. You can enliven your health, your friendships, your life, no matter what your age. For more information, go to psotago.org.nz or call 4777 115.
Calling all Otago superheroes, the 2018 Relay for Life needs your team. On March 17 and 18, the relay teams will join together to create one of the most inspiring events, helping not only to raise funds but also to remember those who have fallen to cancer or are struggling with it. To register your team, simply go to the website and sign on, then start fundraising. It's about celebrating, remembering and fighting back. Be a superhero and register now at relayforlife.org.nz.
Welcome back. The New Zealand share market dropped about 2% in the opening minutes of trade following an extremely volatile session on Wall Street. Just 5 minutes after opening today, the NZX 50 index was down 163 points, a drop of almost 2%. The market was closed on Tuesday for Waitangi Day, but had already dropped by 2% on Monday as well. Financial markets have been in turmoil since late last week, when US jobs data suggested inflation may finally be on the move in the world's biggest economy. Invercargill is gearing up for its biggest event of the year, the Burt Munro Challenge, starting tomorrow. Thousands of motorcycle riders and spectators are expected to visit the city for the 4-day event. Sharon Rees has more.
The rumbling of motorcycle engines is everywhere in Invercargill as riders prepare for the country's biggest motorcycle event. Burt Munro Challenge organisers have been working overtime to ensure everything is ready, and event organiser Claire Blau says the excitement is starting to build.
Everyone's pretty buzzed. The streets are busy now, the bikes are starting to roll in. People are really sharing their photos and stories, so it's been really nice to hear everyone's stories, how they're coming in and getting really amped for the event.
The marquees have gone up and some of the riders have already set up camp at a reedy park in Ototara, which will act as a go-to station between events where riders can relax and socialise.
It's coming together nicely. We're just about all done. We've just got a few finishing touches to do and we'll be all good to go.
Cool. And what's the general feeling out here from everyone?
It's pretty good, yeah. I think they're expecting a good crowd, and obviously there's a few bikes coming in over the back here, campers, and I'd say the motels will be pretty well full as well.
The Burt Munro Challenge was traditionally held in November, but a history of heavy rain saw the event move to this week. And while a run of bad weather over the past few days made it look as if the weather curse had struck again, organisers assured me that won't be the case.
We've been keeping an eye on the weather and we're actually pretty confident it's going to be quite good. The weather looks great for the next 4 days actually, so we'll have sunshine and certainly warmer conditions. So yeah, riders are ready, we're ready, and it's going to be great.
The Oriti Park gates open at 9 a.m. tomorrow for rally registrations, and the first of the main events is the Bluff Hill Climb Championships starting at 10 a.m. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
A phone repair company with branches in Christchurch and Dunedin has shut its doors, leaving some customers out in the cold and without their phones for an extended period. Phone Fix Dunedin customers are claiming it's taken months to get their phones back. Roselle Labone has more.
The doors of Dunedin's Phone Fix store have been firmly shut since Christmas, and some customers are still waiting to get their phones back. Kate Dorgie waited to get her son's phone for more than 5 weeks. She finally got it back on New Year's Eve after handing it to the shop on December 9.
The repair had failed. After only 9 days it had completely failed. I paid $150 to get this phone fixed, and I had quite a robust discussion with the guy, to get him to accept that it had failed, and he gave me this really weird story about how the courier had lost all his stuff that he'd ordered, and he had all these phones to fix, and he was going to do them as soon as he could.
It was the second time she had taken the phone in to be fixed.
It doesn't have the right colour screen on it. It's a black one instead of a white one. It does work. I'm waiting to see if it continues to work.
She also claims the initial repair on her phone failed because of lesser quality parts being used.
He did try to make the claim to me that it was expensive because they used genuine Samsung parts. I pointed out to him that on the screen, because it was an LCD and a screen that was replaced, glass cover, that there was this embedded generic brand sticker on it. I said, well, if that's a genuine Samsung part, why does it have that sticker on it? And he straight away changed his tune and accepted immediately that he needed to repair the phone.
She finally spoke with store owner Richie Hislop, but says he didn't do anything until she complained further.
And then they deleted my posts, and then they blocked me from their site so that I can't make any more posts or comments. No profanity in my comments. They were a bit terse. They were quite direct and to the point.
While Hislop told The South Today he was only deleting comments from customers who used profanity, these comments with questions about delivery times and when the store would reopen were also deleted. When The South Today spoke with Hislop last week, he estimated about 7 customers were waiting on their phones and iPads.
Long story short, we've had staffing issues. He was meant to go to India to go get married. 2 weeks before he went to India, I noticed the sales had dropped right down, only to find out that he hadn't been putting stuff through the point of sale. So basically theft. So I said, look, don't bother coming back from India.
He says he shut the shop when another staff member stopped turning up for work. He also says claims the store used inferior parts are absolute and utter lies. The South Today spoke with several customers who didn't want to be publicly identified, but said last Thursday if their phone didn't turn up they would be taking the matter further. Hislop said today there are still 2 customers yet to receive their repaired phones. He will be making contact and the shop will be trading again by late next week. I'm Roselle Labone for The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, we take a look at some of the Waitangi Day commemorations in Dunedin, and we catch up with the ice space events at the Masters Games.
Islands are here from Alex Campbell Menswear. Once again, we've opened up a pop-up store in George Street, right beside McDonald's. We've got up to 70% savings on normal retail. There's some great buys. We have socks right through to suits, everything in between. We'll see you there. The Alex Campbell Menswear pop-up. Don't miss it.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Here is this week's Mole Map UV report. Did you know New Zealanders have the highest incidence rate of melanoma in the world?
If you've ever been on a sunbed or been badly sunburnt, what are the chances you could have melanoma? Remove the doubt. Get a mole map.
135 Cumberland Street is a brand new, recently listed Category 1 heritage building right in Dunedin's warehouse precinct. Only a short walk to the Octagon in the central city. These are warm, well-insulated, self-contained apartments with all you can need for a short or long stay. With beautiful views onto the harbour, These Airbnbs at 135 Cumberland Street come highly recommended for your stay in Dunedin.
Oh, I'm not happy with this product demonstration, Ralphie. Oh, relax. It's all about balance. The balance between softness and strength. And my balance is perfect. So we won't fall? Of course not.
Hi, Ralphie.
Oh, hey there, Wolf. You fell for her. Yep, I fell for her. Cotton Softs. Softness and strength you can trust. I'm Cotton Soft on the environment too.
While you're relaxing this holiday season, Ready Lawn is available to help you with your lawn needs, big or small. We work so you don't have to. Call Ready Lawn today.
Loss of collagen is the reason for those fine lines and wrinkles. Silberhorn's Collagen Plus naturally supports your collagen levels, giving you younger, firmer looking skin, healthier, shinier hair and stronger nails. Joints, tendons, ligaments and cartilage all benefit from healthy collagen levels, the very foundation of structural health. Support collagen levels naturally with Collagen Plus by Silberhorn. Be quick, buy one now and get a second pack half price. Call now 0800 502 402.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Active Interior Design in Mornington are the curtain and blind experts. The team can even advise you on outdoor products like awnings and umbrellas and will ensure that everything is perfect. For interior design with flair, call Active to book your free in-home consultation or call into the showroom in Mornington.
Motor Trade Finance proudly brings you Rural Delivery. A look at the places and faces behind New Zealand agriculture. Tuesday evenings 8:30, repeating Saturday morning at 8 and Sunday afternoons 4:30.
Thanks for staying with us. Waitangi Day commemorations were held around the country yesterday, including Dunedin's Octagon, which included the Kapa Haka group He Waka Koutua.
The 178th anniversary of the signing of the Treaty of Waitangi was commemorated in Dunedin with a cultural festival in the Octagon. Kings and Queens High School's combined Kapa Haka group, He Waka Koutua, were one of the main attractions. The group entertained around 100 people in the Octagon, many of whom stuck around despite showery conditions. The event was a collaboration between Dunedin's Arai Te Uru Marae and the Dunedin City Council, and many people enjoyed a hangi, which was prepared by people from Arai Te Uru Marae. Marae chairwoman Tanya Williams says the celebrations are about bringing different cultures together. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
This year's Masters Games in Dunedin is already halfway through their 9-day schedule. The South Today took a look at 2 ice-based events.
This year's Masters Games in Dunedin offer 60 different sporting categories for competitors to choose from, and several of them are traditionally winter sports. The Dunedin Ice Stadium featured several days of curlers sliding their hefty stones across the rink, but after a couple of days of curling, the ice was taken over for the more aggressive sport of ice hockey. Visiting teams include the Whitehorse Gold Puckers from Canada, as well as the aptly named Rusty Blades from Brisbane, who today were up against locals Dunedin A. The Masters Games age limit for ice hockey starts at 35 years, which Rob Brito says is close to the oldest of the professional players.
So there's professionals going around in the NHL that are over 35, but not very many. Most of them, their careers are washed up at early 30s, 34.
Dunedin A player Jeff Avery assured that despite increasing years, the play would still be aggressive.
There'll be injuries, especially with older guys, you know, aches and pains, and there's still a bit of
tenacity needed to get the puck in the corner, and there's little battles like that, and that's what we like, you know.
The two teams felt that they were evenly matched.
Yeah, well, they've got a good chance. We've played them a few times in the past, and we've managed to just squeak past them all the time. But I think this is their opportunity.
We'll beat them, but it won't be, we'll have to play well, but we will beat them.
Rideau's team have visited New Zealand a number of times, and they enjoy the opportunity that the Masters Games provides.
It's good fun coming here. We've always loved it. Loved Dunedin. It's a great place. Before we came to Dunedin, we used to play in Christchurch, and we brought teams over to Christchurch a number of times, and always enjoyed that too. So this is good.
Ice hockey will continue on at the Dunedin Ice Stadium until the finals on Saturday. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
And now it's time for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Phil Somerville. I believe you've got a couple of photos there for us.
Here's one of kingfish caught in the upper harbour. They'd only been found out beyond the heads as they make their way south with warmer waters. But the story's not particularly about the kingfish. It's more about the closure of wharves for health and safety reasons, and one wharf competition being cancelled and caused a lot of concern and upset. So look for that.
I'm sure it would. That's an impressive looking fish.
Very impressive. 6 kilograms.
Enough to feed the family.
Indeed. This is a story about the subsidies for at-risk businesses, dairies and superettes and things, for DNA spray and fog sprays being increased by a lot. There are a few such businesses in the south, and this particular dairy owner from Caversham is keen to try and take advantage of that. He's been robbed 4 times in the last 2 years, so that's not very good at all, and quite not nice for the family.
No, and we hope those decrease. It's not nice for anyone to have to put up with that kind of thing.
No, it's dreadful. A couple of other stories to mention: the Blueskin Bay, the Blueskin Hotel, you know, that eyesore at the bottom of the Kilmog. The story about its future for that, so that's good news. Ed Sheeran Support Act, news in the paper tomorrow about the band supporting Ed Sheeran, and that'll bring smiles to lots of people's faces. And I thought I'd also mention I'm a great fan of Joe Bennett, and Thursday's the day he appears on the opinion page week after week, consistently first-rate writing and perceptive ideas.
Wonderful. He's definitely a great writer, Joe Bennett. And now it's time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silverhorn Collagen Plus.
Looking at the situation, fine for a few days with light westerly airflow and milder temperatures, warm and land. However, some rain will arrive on Sunday. Looking at the southern towns everywhere, everyone here is in for fine weather with light northeasterlies, with the Catlins peaking at 21, Balclutha 22, Gore and Lumsden share a high of 23. Over to Central, it's pretty warm for some. Alexandra, you get 28, and Queenstown and Wanaka share 27, and it'll be fine with light winds for all of you, and a bit cooler in Te Anau with 18. Up to the north, Oamaru and Timaru are fine with moderate northeasterlies and 21 degrees. Amarama and Twizel are also fine with light winds, 27. In Dunedin tonight, it will be fine with an overnight low of 13. Tomorrow mostly fine and sunny with milder temperatures and moderate northeasterly winds, 19 and 11, and fine with high cloud on Friday, light winds 22 and 11. And in Invercargill tonight, cloudy with an overnight low of 11. Tomorrow sees cloud breaking with long sunny periods developing and light westerly winds, 18 and 12, and it's warm on Friday with sunny periods, high cloud and moderate northerly winds, 23 and 11. And that's our news for this Wednesday. For the latest news from the Southern Region, you can follow us on Facebook and at channel39.co.nz. I hope you all have a great evening. Take care. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.